Have you ever felt like there's a secret hiding just around the corner, waiting for you to find it? That's exactly how my story begins. My name is Ayaan, and I was just an ordinary, maybe a little too curious, kid at Northwood Middle School. My days were a blur of classes, homework, and trying to stay out of trouble. But one rainy Tuesday, everything changed. I was chasing a stray soccer ball down a hallway I'd never noticed before. A dusty, forgotten corridor behind the old gymnasium. The air was thick with the smell of old paper and something else. Something electric. At the very end of the hall was a single wooden door, plain and unremarkable, with a small, tarnished brass plaque that simply read, "The Scriptorium." I'd never seen it on any school map. My heart hammered against my ribs. Curiosity, my old friend and foe, took over. It turned the cold, stiff knob. The door creaked open, not into a dusty storage closet like I expected, but into a place beyond my wildest dreams. It was a library, but like no more library I'd ever seen. The room was circular, with shelves that soared up into a dome ceiling painted with swirling galaxies. There were no more windows, yet the entire space was bathed in a soft, golden light that seemed to come from the books themselves. The air hummed with a quiet energy, a silent whisper of a million stories. In the center of the room stood a single, ornate wooden desk, and behind it, a man with eyes that twinkled like distant stars. He had a long, silver beard and wore robes the color of a midnight sky. He smiled as if he'd been waiting for me. "Welcome, Ayaan," he sighed, his voice calm and deep, like the turning of an ancient page. "I am Elara, the keeper of this library." How did he know my name? Before he could even ask, he gestured to the endless shelves. "This is no more ordinary library," he explained. "These books do not just contain stories, they contain lives." He pulled a thick, leather-bound volume from a nearby shelf. It had no more title, just my name, Ayaan, embossed in faint gold leaf on the spine. My hands trembled as he took it from him. He instructed me to open it. As my fingers brushed the cover, the book fell open on its own. The pages weren't filled with text, but with shimmering, moving images, like tiny movies playing out before my eyes. I saw myself as a baby, taking my first steps. I saw my 5th birthday party, the joy on my face as he blew out the candles. But then, the images shifted. I saw moments I'd forgotten, or perhaps chosen to forget. I saw myself on the playground, lonely, watching other kids play. I saw the time I lied to my parents about a broken vase, the guilt twisting in my stomach. It was my entire past, the kid in the bud, laid bare. It was overwhelming, seeing my life from the outside. Elara gently placed a hand on my shoulder. "The past shapes US, Ayaan, but it does not define US." Next, he led me to another section of the library. Here, the books were slimmer, their covers shimmering with a brighter, more active light. He handed me another volume, also with my name on it. "This," he sighed, "is your present." He opened it, and he saw what was happening right at that moment, outside the magical library. He saw my friends looking for me, a little worried. He saw my teacher, Mr. Harrison, marking my absence in his roll book. He saw my mom at home, preparing my favorite dinner, completely unaware of my incredible discovery. It was strange, seeing all the threads of my current life weaving together simultaneously. It made me realize how every small action, every choice, was part of a much bigger picture. Then, Elara led me to the final, most intimidating section. The books here were blank. Their covers were smooth and white, glowing with a faint, pulsating light. He handed one to me. It felt warm to the touch. "And this," he whispered, his voice full of reverence, "is your future." I looked at him, confused. "It's blank," he sighed. He smiled again, that knowing, story-eyed smile. "Of course it is. The future is not yet written, Ayaan. It is a story that you, and only you, can write." He explained that every choice he made, big or small, would fill the pages of this book. Every act of kindness, every moment of courage, every time he chose honesty over deceit, it would all become part of my story. He showed me how a single decision could branch into 1,000 different possibilities, creating countless potential futures. Some pages flickered with images of success and happiness, others with shadows of regret and hardship. The power was terrifying, but also exhilarating. For the first time, he understood that he wasn't just a character in a story someone else was writing. He was the author. He spent what felt like hours in that magical library, talking with Elara. He taught me that the library wasn't just about seeing the past, present, and future. It was about understanding the connection between them. He showed me how a mistake from my past could become a lesson that shaped a better future. He showed me how a small, kind act in the present could ripple outwards, creating waves of positivity he couldn't even imagine. The fear he initially felt was replaced by a sense of purpose. When it was finally time to leave, the sun was setting, casting long shadows across the schoolyard. Elara walked me to the door. Will he ever be able to come back? He asked, not wanting to leave this incredible place. The scriptorium reveals itself to those who need it most. He replied, but the real magic, Ayaan, is not in this library. It's out, sir. He pointed towards the world beyond the door. It's in the choices you make every single day. He stepped back into the dusty old corridor. When he turned around, the door was gone. In its place was just a plain brick wall. It was as if it had never been there. For a moment, he wondered if he had imagined it all. But then, he felt the weight of the knowledge in my heart, the feeling of the unwritten pages of my future waiting for their story. Walking home, the world looked different. The colors seemed brighter, the sounds sharper. He wasn't just Ayaan, the curious kid anymore. He was Ayaan, the author of my own life. He knew there would still be challenges. He would still make mistakes. But now, he knew that every single day was a new page, a new chapter, a new chance to write a story he could be proud of. And that, he realized, was the greatest magic of all. Thank you so much for listening to my story. If you've ever had a moment that changed your perspective on everything, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tales of wonder and discovery. See you next time.